Big showed what he had last match. Yay, it's a basket. That was too easy. I'm gonna leave. See ya, bye.
That was the easiest pun ever.
Yeah,
you get no points for that one.
It was easy, but it just didn't feel satisfying.
Let's see if...
Yeah, no. Here we go, okay. Onto the garden. Immortals Temple Storm charging into the fray, and it looks like they're gonna go for a bit of pharmacy on the Temple Storm side of things.
And we do see Casper playing some of that Pharah in the earlier rounds today.
Yeah. And he did it quite well too. That, you know, more than anything in the earlier rounds we saw, it was the Pharah play from Casper that I really enjoyed watching. Oh, you gotta watch out for those concussive blasts, or just kill them with rockets. You don't need to knock them off the building. Good start for Tempo Storm. Really good start for Tempo Storm. They're gonna claim this point in style.
Yeah, great dive in from Casper, seeing the two support players around the side of the building, getting the necessary damage down for his teammates to finish them off, and take a very easy first point capture. Looks like we are going to see some switching here. Agilities will be moving over to the Tracer and Grim Reality onto the Soldier 76. So double hit scan.
Yeah, you're going to want to have the Soldier in there to try to at least put some pressure on the Pharah. You know, even if you can't kill her, you can kind of force her out of line of sight anyway. And Agilities, we'll see what he can get coming around the side, just building up that pulse bomb for the moment. Maybe looking for a kill here. We'll find out. Oh, getting killed instead, but Immortals are on the point. We'll see if they can flip it back. Not quite yet. Oh, Cozy really low. Gets the double res off in time. Grim Reality just couldn't finish him before he got in there, and that's going to help Tempo Storm hold the point for the moment. Kari posts up the self-destruct, and maybe they can come back in again on this one. JKW, he's got the sound barrier ready to use as soon as he gets there. Oh, does go down, though. Great rocket from Grim Reality. You can see on our kill feed, they're not going to quite have that defensive ultimate that they thought they might in Tempo Storm. Fighting for their lives on the point right now. Team Casper did get the knockoff on the hype, though, somehow.
Beast Halo trying to get rid of these hit scan heroes off the side, but Fate on the point, coming back and actually picking up Cozy. He tried to get away.
He didn't get back in the mech. Verbo with the bloodthirsty support kill on the Tig. And Agilities, he's got the pulse bomb, may be able to use it, not quite yet. Holding on to it as Immortals trying to flip the point right now. They're so close, got about a quarter of the control meter built up right now. Agilities holding on to this pulse bomb for so long, but you gotta find the right moment. Too Easy goes down, and they may get to just save that. Looks like they will, but 82% built up for Tempo Storm already, but they don't really have any ultimates. It's going to take some time to build up that big sort of apocalyptic push to take it back.
Yeah, Casper has had a couple of quick barrage charges here. He's almost on his second one. First one coming up very soon into the start of the match due to the early damage he was able to get down, and we're going to see double sound barriers right away.
Yeah, self-destruct not picking up anything for the Diva there. Grim Reality holding on to his ultimate as both the sound barriers run out. Immortals, or rather Tempo Storm, taking back the point. They've got over half the control meter built up, but Immortals, the one's getting all the kills. That's going to be the reset. Dream Casper going back to Dreamland for the moment, I suppose, and Immortals holding on to it. About 40% built up for them.
Yeah, trading the Lucio ultimates working in Immortals' favor at this stage because they don't invest too much else. And Grim Reality needs to hold on to that tack visor for exactly the right time to clear out the Mercy before the res can come through.
And Beast Halo coming across the bridge now. He's going to try to dive. Taking a lot of damage early on, though. There's the Transcendence, and Dream Kaiser has that barrage ready to go. May try to sneak onto the point here.
Huge pulse bomb.
There's the barrage. Gets absorbed by Diva a lot, but that pulse bomb, like you mentioned, from Too Easy, doing a ton of the work. The DPSs for Tempo Storm getting done exactly what they needed to get done, and they should be able to flip the point back here.
Yeah, they have flipped the point back, and they saved the res. That pulse bomb from Too Easy was absolutely huge because it took out the Soldier Grim Reality during the tactical visor and made it so there wasn't any chance of Immortals coming back in.
Here we go, one last chance for Immortals to try to get something done. Primal Rage, though, popped by Beast Halo. And Casper just guarding the bridge. JKW doing his share as well as he gets a knockoff onto Fate, and Tempo Storm. Looks like they're gonna claim a pretty decisive victory here on Garden. Unless this ends up being huge. Nope, not the biggest self-destruct for Hyped ever. And Immortals will be fighting a losing battle here as they try to flip the point back. Tempo Storm just dealing with Hyped. Has it bought enough time for some respawns? Looks like it has. Still, Immortals coming in with much less than their full strength, so Tempo Storm able to keep cleaning those up. They've got ults to spare, and eventually you'd expect them to take this point. Immortals holding on to it for quite a while, but there we go. Finally, Tempo Storm goes up 1 point. here on Lijiang Tower.
That opening in the last fight went about as well as it could for Tempo Storm. You shut down the tack visor, which was the major threat from Immortals. You hold on to your resurrection in case somehow they're able to battle back from the brink after the first 2 picks and make it look easy there to finish out the point. So Tempo Storm with some good patience, some good target selection.
Here we
Take
go.
a look at this one, so too easy. Later on, just guarding the bridge.
Well,
like too interesting right there, but
all right, well, you know, Tracer shoots people. That's what we learned from that one.
dashes forward, controls space.
Blinks around. Does she really? Does she control her own position in time, I think is the accurate description.
I'm sorry, though. She doesn't actually move in time. She only moves in space. The lore is a lie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Nothing else is moving in time.
You want to break down the 4th dimension for us here? Time is a plane.
Is it?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Here we go, on to Night Market. Grim Reality trying to hold his own here. Drops on that biotic field. It's Tempo Storm that jumps onto the point early on. Immortals taking the offensive angle as Tempo Storm tries to take an early defense. Beast Halo waiting on the outside. I keep wanting to say Bistro, but maybe that's just because I'm hungry right now. What gonna do? Immortals diving in now. We'll see what they can do. They waited until that point activated, and they are getting a lot of time on the control meter. Are they just gonna take it? They do. Wow. Immortals just muscling their way in there and grabbing it, but can they hold on to it? Tempo Storm down their tank. JKW does take out the Winston on the other side too, and it looks like Tempo Storm might be able to come back and just reclaim this.
And it's all about delays now from Immortal. They muscled their way in and dared Tempo Storm to come through the chokes, but with Fate going down, made it easy for Tempo Storm to counter-engage onto the point and flip it after only 16%. And Dreamcasper already has a barrage up again.
I'm just amazed by how fast he can build this. I mean, yeah, I know he's being pocket boosted by the Mercy, like you see a lot of Pharahs, get, but he has really been hitting those rockets today.
He's taking the shots from the back too, getting what damage he can.
Yep.
Make it very difficult for the likes of Immortals to walk forward. They have to use the Transcendence.
That sound barrier on the Tempo Storm side. See if they can come back in. Barrage used, didn't really gain a whole lot from that as Hype takes down the Pharah. There's the self-destruct now. Cozy gets a res onto Dreamcasper, but can they utilize this? No, Grim Reality pops that tack visor, and they're going to be able to chase Tempo Storm out. Flip back for Immortals, and this is going to be a really close round.
Res
nice kill onto Too Easy there. That's a big one.
The res used just a little bit too early for Tempo Storm on the fight as we're looking here. Only picking up Dreamcasper, and with several members dying in the following few seconds, he had a good position to wait for that a little bit longer. Wasn't in too much of threat. Way in the back of the point there. Too Easy wants to get this pulse bomb, but he gets found.
Grim Reality, protector of the Zenyatas. Keeps his support alive. Going into the point now. He was getting Tempo Storm tries to flip it.
He got greedy for that. He wanted to not use the pulse bomb and just empty the clip into Zenyatta and kill him, and he paid for it with that Helix rocket.
And definitely. Primal Rage for Fate, keeping people off the point for the moment. There's the self-destruct. Not picking up a lot, but at least keeping Tempo Storm out of the point for the moment. Immortals, they do lose Grim Reality, so they're having a bit of a struggle holding on to this one. Cozy does go down, though, so that Mercy heal out of the way.
This is what it looks like when you don't have any DPS characters on the point.
Seriously. No, Lucio's a DPS character. I'm totally lying, but he used to be. Yeah, really beta, man.
A little bit awkward there. More tank and support war is happening. And now, finally, Pharah and Too Easy on that Tracer getting back. And they're going to just snatch away the point control yet again. Eventually, they have to use the barrage to clear it out. And Fate even manages to pick up the kill on the backside.
Wow. All right, Dreamcasper. He ended up having to use his barrage in the end there, so maybe wanting to dedicate a bit too much to that take, or a bit more than they would have liked anyway. There's a pulse bomb.
Very
that works
nice.
well. Yeah, that's one way to get rid of the soldier.
Yeah, comes back, gets the kill onto the soldier before he can contribute to the fight. And there's another pulse bomb.
Nothing that time, though.
Well, they get Kareem eventually.
Yeah, enough damage done. Immortals having to fall back into the building, not able to really get to the point, and 60% or so built up for Tempo Storm, still catching up to Immortals.
Yeah,
I think this is smart for Immortals, so yeah, I mean, you don't need to be crazy right now. Go back, regroup. You've got the ult edge right now. As long as you prioritize him killing Cozy, avoid the res, you can probably take the point back and win this one.
Yeah, even if you don't prioritize killing Cozy, you have so many more ultimates, and you're about to hit 6 that you might be okay anyway.
Yeah, that's the hope anyway. So, Primal Rage used. on the side of Tempo Storm. There's another self-destruct, but no kills. Well, JKW does get taken down by Hype, so there's one on the Immortals side.
Where's the res?
Yep. Cozy sneaking in.
Once,
There's one. Can he get to him?
Two,
Gets the double res. That is big. Hype takes out Cozy immediately, though, and Immortals still all over the payload right now. All over the point right now. Can they hold it? They're up to 99% on the Tempo Storm side. Immortals does need to flip it back, and it looks like they'll be able to do just that. Tempo Storm barely not holding on. Can they get back in time? Yes, they can, just barely.
Agilities with the mid-air pulse bomb connect onto
good,
the
man.
jumping Winston on the point, and he
that.
didn't have the primal rage to stay up, so Immortals will equalize on Lijiang Tower. Tempo Storm, Cozy not looking the most confident, or his positioning and his timing on his reses was not exactly ideal. Where his teammates were dying, took him a long time to get that res, only got 2 out of 3. And then the first res as well, a little bit too early. So we'll take a look at this. Agilities right here, just hitting that pulse bomb right as he came in. No primal rage, so 400 HP off the top of the Winston. Easy to finish him off once he lands.
Bad manner by JKW, man. You do not knock that basketball out of the way when somebody's setting up that shot. Does Tracer's Candy go through time as well?
No, she doesn't go through time at all, though. She only moves in space.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Okay.
Very sure. Her rewind just moves her back in space, not back in time.
It'd be cool. Well, then why does she regain health, huh? Answer me that, MonteCristo. Riddle me this, MonteCristo.
That's not, I'm sorry, that's not how time works, except in this video game.
Well, tell that to Overwatch. Tempo Storm moving out of control center here. Asking the real questions, that's what we do.
Wow, Kareev with the early right-click pick onto Dream Casper.
Yeah, really aggressive start for Immortals. Agility's picking up a couple as well. And they are just forcing Tempo Storm all the way back to spawn.
Yeah, looks like Casper
They're going to take it.
Not playing with enough cover there. Headshots coming in from the Zenyatta, and his team pays for it. See how far they want to move forward. They don't have a huge crowd control composition here, so likely want to play with the platforms and the high ground in the main room instead. Coming in. A little bit on the cautious side. You got to be careful, though.
And Immortals trying to defend this as best they can as Tempo Storm tries to flip it. Immortals does pull back. Ooh, Grim with a kill on the Cozy. Tracer got into the back line, and that is not great if you're Tempo Storm. I mean, Immortals, you know, classic divide and conquer there, right? Nobody was there to stop Tracer from getting into the back lines, and Grim Reality kind of got the ball rolling, and the rest of the team picked up the slack.
Well, Tig went too far forward, and that led to this situation where you have Fate and Grim Reality working together to just clear out that back line very quickly. You can't get spread out. The entire idea of Immortals is they want you to come into the point and then cut you off, cut your straggling members off on the backside.
Sure. Looks like they did manage to get the Transcendence out of Kareev. I don't know if that was maybe the best advised ultimate there. They had kind of already won the fight, so they may come to regret that one a little bit later. They've got the sound barrier soon, but that's a risk.
I mean, they still have a 30% sound barrier advantage, so yes, while it wasn't the best ultimate advantage, they're still going to be okay when it comes to defensive support ults.
Whoa.
That was tricky from Casper, but Grim Reality quick on the rewind.
Well, Grim Reality has just been really on fire this round, so they are hunting him, no doubt. Kareev does go down. He didn't have his ult, so it's not the biggest loss right now. See what Grim can get. Looks like Tempo Storm trying to flip the point. They've got taken a few others on the point. There's the sound barrier for Immortals. Self-destruct comes in. Transcendence now on the Tempo Storm side, but nobody really there to help capitalize as the fight has kind of moved off the point for the moment. Tig gets Verbo, gets another one as well. With the ults, with the dashes, Immortals having to fall back. They're up to 97. They're going to be at 99% though. So even if Tempo Storm claims this point, Immortals still in a pretty good position to come back and grab this one.
Yeah, Agilities didn't get anything done with the Dragon Blade though, and Immortals I think could have gotten to that 99% and held a few punches back and waited for their next engage, as we see Tig here winning that Genji battle up in the air above the central point. And Too Easy still looking to get some of these Tracer duels, some initial damage onto Grim Reality, and Immortals will be coming through.
Pulse Bomb didn't get what he was looking for. Too Easy has the sound barrier now, and he does take out Kareev. Good start for Tempo Storm. Another Pulse Bomb coming in. Oh, but unfortunately for Grim Reality, he ate that one himself as well as he took out Dream Casper. Tempo Storm still winning the fight in the end, but they have still got a long way to go. Unfortunately for Immortals, though, they used a couple ults there, so it's going to take even longer to kind of build up to that big push that they need.
I mean, you don't really care about the pulse bomb there because Tracer can generate 2 ults for every 1 ult of her teammates in this particular instance.
Every pulse bomb is precious, MonteCristo.
It is. He at least got something for it, including himself, so.
There you go.
But they didn't actually generate much charge other than that, and this is going to have to be Immortals poking. They need to look to generate ult charge right now, and they're going to get some with early kills.
Yeah, great start. They just take the fight to Tempo Storm instead, coming at an angle they may not have been expecting as much. Trying to flip that point back, they do. It's OT, and Tempo Storm needs to get somebody there to stop this. Trying to do just that, but they can't get there in time. So close for a Tig, but he couldn't get there. And Immortals jump out to a 2-1 lead. If they win the next round, they're just going to 2-0 in this match.
It'd be quite surprising considering Tempo Storm's recent results and the addition of a veteran player like 2easy.
Well, this has been great, man. This has been an action-packed round, so I kind of hope we get to see a third map. I'm being a little bit selfish there, but watching these teams is fun.
Well, we are going to see Casper look like return to the Pharah, where Tempo Storm saw success on Gardens earlier, and Immortals Agility's thinking about mirroring that pick. They will not be playing a Mercy.
Well, you can run that solo Pharah. It depends on, really who's on the other team and what they have to kind of handle it. No soldier on the Tempo Storm side, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe because they're expecting Tempo Storm to run that pharmacy, they think they can just run the Pharah without the Mercy, without a lot of, worries. See how it works.
Quite possibly. Immortals also sacrificing the soldier to deal with that Pharah instead, but Agilities is pushing them back off. Pharah duels in midair, about the only thing that's going to take them out. There is no Mercy.
Nice midair shot from Agilities.
Yeah, Mercy had already been taken out, so no one to heal the Pharah up on the side of Tempo Storm.
Yeah.
And now the point flip going to come through quite quickly, and Immortals jumping out to the lead. Cozy caught early. And
Winston just continues to spray that Overwatch icon to remind him of how much he misses Overwatch.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
Well, he already recalled everybody, so.
I think that's the reason, yeah. But now they're all trying to kill him, so.
Yeah, mistakes
having a rough time. That's what I'm trying to say here. Tempo Storm having a bit of a rough time too, but they're going to try to change their fortunes right now. Ooh, Kareev taken down. Finishing blow delivered by Dream Casper, and they're in a good spot to maybe flip this point. We'll see if they can get over the bridge. Fate goes down as well. Casper's starting to kind of go off on this Pharah. Trying anyway. Has that Mercy boost. Good start. Immortals starting to get their respawn back there again, though. It wasn't the fastest push, but Tempo Storm keeps grinding through the members of Immortal Zone. They finally look like they're probably going to be able to flip the point.
Yeah, the issue is that when Agilities dies first, or rather, when Kareev dies first on that Zenyatta,
we got Verbo.
And the Pharah goes down early, they really have no tools left to knock the Pharah out of the sky. And even if you're having a Pharah versus Pharah battle, as long as the Mercy's up instead of the Zenyatta, you're not getting the damage boost from the Orb of Reductions, or the Orb of Discord. So you're basically fighting at a total damage disadvantage, Pharah for Pharah. And the entire team is basically going to melt significantly faster.
Let's see if they can pick up anything with self-destruct. I think that went down in the pit accidentally, so that didn't get a whole lot. Agilities does get the kill on 2easy, though. So they're trying to flip it back. Self-destruct thrown in there by Immortals. Oh, he manages to pick up Tig. Great angle thrown in. There's a res immediately, though, for Cozy. And Tempo Storm, with that sound barrier, maybe has what it takes to hold on to this one. They're trying anyway. That was so close.
That sound barrier by JKW was completely unnecessary. The self-destruct had come through, but there wasn't really anything left to pick off on the point because Cozy had the res, and then we saw Hype die immediately thereafter, so no more attack, but there's another
free
one.
Kill on Agilities, just those long-range powered-up rockets. Gotta watch out for those.
Immortals is playing with fire a bit here. They were beaten by the Pharah on this point earlier.
There's the switch.
And now they're finally, going to take the switch.
Yeah,
Genji, not really the best for dealing with this, but maybe if you can build up to the Dragon Blade and see Cozy come in, gets the res here. Okay, but why the sound barrier came in immediately thereafter is a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, I mean, they're expecting more of a commitment from Immortals, I guess, and now the commitment comes. Both defensive ultimates actually used by Immortals as they come in. Mercy goes down early, so at least they've got the man advantage. Hype grabs 2, in fact, And there's a barrage for Casper, not really getting a whole lot done with it, though. And Immortals in prime position to flip this point back if they can deal with the last members of Tempo Storm. And it looks like they can. They are going to flip it. 99% though for Tempo Storm. So if they can get the point back, they're still going to be in good position to tie up Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, sure are. Cozy getting uncomfortably close to the resurrection as well. So Immortals have to hold strong here for quite some time. Agility's looking to get his ult up relatively soon. We'll see if he can hit any meaningful poke and try and get that, because if he can get it before Cozy can get the res, take her out, they may have an opportunity to win.
Yep. Here we go again. Tempo Storm trying to edge their way in there. Grim Reality looking for some damage on the outside. Doesn't quite have that pulse bomb built up yet, but you can see him harassing the back line. They pop Tig out of the mech, which is actually pretty huge. Gets that. Kills on both sides coming in, though. And right now, Dreamcasper still untouched. Self-destruct comes in again. No kills this time around, though, for Hype. And Dreamcasper takes down Verbo, so it looks like they will be able to flip it back. Potentially. Very close. Breaking it down, maybe just the thing they need. Oh, Fate actually died to the self-destruct too from Tig. They still haven't taken the point just yet, though. It's so close. Now they grab it. It does flip back, but it's 99 to 99 right now, and Immortals storming back in. They're winning the fight for the moment. Got to take out that annoying Lucio, though. He's keeping the point from flipping. That is so irritating. Transcendence used. Okay, interesting. They do finally get the Lucio. JKW goes down and they can finally start claiming it, but there's gonna be respawns coming in. Can they get there in time? No, not quite. Overtime ticking away. Immortals looking to win the match right here, right now, but Tempo Storm trying to hold on, trying to reflip it, but there's a sound barrier. Correa picking up another bloodthirsty support kill, and Immortals, it's ticking away so fast, they get it. They're gonna win Lijiang Tower, and Immortals will 2-0 Tempo Storm.
Casper was so close to being the hero because he got agilities at the start of the fight right as the Dragon Blade came up, but enough time was bought from the Tempo Storm roster, and the point flip was delayed for Immortals, and that means that he got enough time to get back in, get the Dragon Blade back onto the point, and make some valuable use of that ultimate. Really close at the end there. I was impressed Casper even managed to take that Genji down.
Well, I'd just like to thank everyone that's watching for joining us for another segment of Time and Space Dynamics with Monty and Doa. But now,
we thought about science.
Yes, that's right. But now I'd like to start off with a show featuring Left Guy, and that is a show called Real Talk. It's time for Real Talk with Left Guy. Okay. Let's talk ult management. Ult management. That was it was a little bit messy there at times for ult management. I've actually come up with a name for Immortals, a nickname, and we saw it earlier in Gibraltar as well, maybe to a little bit less extent. But they're the most likely to blow ultimates and still win the fight.
That's true.
And that's always why I've loved watching Immortals, and I thought they had a lot of potential. What more could they do on top of the skilled players that they have if they were able to just rein in those ultimates a little bit?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. And if you look at this team again, we've said it a couple times already, they've only really been playing as a squad for a little over a day now. So you're going to see that awkwardness, right?
With a language barrier.
That too. Yeah, there are two new players that got here yesterday are Korean too. So there is that language barrier. I think both of those guys, from what I know, don't speak a lot of English just yet. So there is that. So you kind of go into it expecting some awkwardness. But the interesting thing is, the cool thing is that it seems like that didn't really seem to affect them in this match, at least.
Well, I think they looked better on the payload map, and it looked like when they had a bit more time to communicate. If we look at their most impressive pushes on Gibraltar, it was when they were wiped and had time to respawn and maybe had a little bit longer to talk and figure out exactly what they were going to do, overcome that barrier a little bit, because they didn't look as crisp as the later stages of Gibraltar when we saw them on Lijiang. But Control tends to be a bit more fast-paced, frenetic, and you have to have that communication down. And I think we saw a little bit more ability in that regard from Tempo Storm.
Yeah, no, another thing we saw from Tempo Storm is an advantage in the Pharah Mercy battle. I mean, it's been a struggle here for Immortals. How important is it to have that in your